If I could go back and start our farm all over again, one of the things that I would do very different this time is I would begin using landscape fabric right away. I waited far too long to begin implementing landscape fabric in our garden. I am a student of Curtis Stone, as those of you who know, and that is one of the essentials that he says in starting a farm is using landscape fabric. But no, I didn't listen to him, and as a result, I wasted both time and money. For most people, you're starting off your farm, you're starting off and you're on a budget. And that budget is probably extremely low. And this was the case for us too here on our farm. We have tried mulch gardening in the past with leaves and wood chips, and this method does work. However, it is not the best for a high efficiency market garden. But knowing what I know today, if I would have used landscape fabric in my garden from the beginning, it would have prevented me from wasting both time and money. And here's why. Reason number one, landscape fabric suppresses unwanted plants in the garden. Because the landscape fabric suppresses the unwanted plants, you don't have to spend a bunch of time in your garden each day pulling unwanted plants, pulling weeds. The landscape fabric basically smothers out those unwanted plants, those weeds, and prevents them from growing without the use of chemicals. Landscape fabric also helps you to manage your beds more efficiently and turn them over quickly for the next crop. Reason number two, and why you want to use landscape fabric in your garden, is for cleaner produce, cleaner harvest. When landscape fabric is not in use, when it rains, basically the rain comes and it splashes dirt and debris onto your plants, onto your produce, thus making it even harder to harvest your produce because it makes them dirtier. And I experienced this with my Swiss chard. They just had dirt all over them, and it makes it even longer. It takes even longer to clean produce when it's that dirty. So the landscape fabric reduces your time in cleaning by making sure your produce is cleaner. Reason number three, landscape fabric helps to avoid soil erosion. Here on our farm, we use the Sunbelt polypropylene landscape fabric. It's UV resistant and it can last up to 5 years. But since it's a woven landscape fabric, it allows air and water in without excess water washing away your good soil, your seeds, and all your nutrients. And it allows your good soil, your topsoil, that soil you've been working on, to stay intact and to stay in your garden where you want it. Just to recap, I provided you with 3 reasons on why you should use landscape fabric in your garden. Reason number 1, to suppress unwanted plants. Reason number 2, for cleaner produce, cleaner harvest. Reason number 3, to avoid soil erosion. If you just enjoy pulling weeds and pulling all bunch of unwanted plants from your garden, and you don't care if you have dirty produce that you just love cleaning and washing, and if you don't care if your soil just erodes and gets washed away, and you just don't care, then ignore everything that I just said. But if you want to save both time and money and operate a productive and profitable garden, then landscape fabric is a must for you. See you next time.